float.
All right, we are recording. So thank you guys for joining us on Team Call. Today is October 10th, 10/10, and we are going to be actually hosted by Jody tonight, who is going to be talking to us all about organizing ourselves on Instagram, how to send invites, connections, and just kind of keeping ourselves together and organized on Instagram, because it is a whole different ballgame than Facebook and email. So she's going to take over in a little bit, and I'm just really eager to hear what she has to say, because she is the queen of organization and systems, and we can all learn a lot from Jody, including myself. So I wanted to shout out a couple people. You guys are rocking out in October. I know September was kind of a crazy month for a lot of people, including myself. It was it was the hardest month that I've had ever coaching. So if you had a rough month last month and you didn't see a whole lot of action and interest, it was not just you, it was all of us. And I've actually heard from a lot of other coaches on other teams said the same thing, and they had one of the hardest months ever. So congratulations for kicking off October fresh and with a whole new attitude. So many of you guys have already got Success Club points, which is awesome. Hannah and Casey both have 8 SC points, Jody 2, Courtney 2, and then you guys saw our top 5 for the week. A few new faces on there. Mary Beth, I'm so excited to see you on there. Brand new coach and already in our top 5 on our leadership boards, which is very, very exciting. And then I also wanted to shout out Amy for being one of our volume leaders as well, Amy Reeder. So congrats, girls. I just love seeing you guys rock out and be excited about helping people and just showing up every day. And especially those of you who consistently show up on team calls, it definitely shows. It shows in your business for your successes, and it shows your commitment to our community and to continue in training. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. I'm going to hand it over to Jody, and you can take it away, girlfriend.
Sounds good. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen if I remember how to do that. Oh, yeah, share, maybe, right? All right, can you guys see that? Okay, perfect. You guys can see that, right? Yes, okay, cool. All right, so I don't typically do PowerPoints, but I feel like there was just a lot of info and it was just easier for me to lay it out like this. So I'm just really focusing lately on just fundamentals, just basic fundamentals of inviting connections. I feel like sometimes with all the trainings and all the information we get, it's easy to get lost in all of it, and kind of hard to figure out like what's going to work and what you need to do and what you need to focus on. And I've really just not try and block it out, but I listen and maybe take some bits and pieces from it. But really, I just focus, like I said, on the fundamentals. So there's 4 to 5 things that I know that I can do every single day. They're non-negotiables. I have complete control over them. So if they don't get done, it's on me. It's my fault. You can't control whether someone's going to message you back or what they're going to say, or if they're going to view your story, or if they're going to follow you, but you can control certain things. And I've just really honed in on those items, and it's been really working for me. So I wanted to share with you guys some things that I've been doing. Okay. So these are a couple of the things that I've really been focusing on. So every day I'm adding to my network. So I'm searching hashtags. I'm going in, people that have followed me, looking at their posts and their profiles and seeing if there's someone, that's in my niche market. Or like I said, like I'm searching hashtags. Literally 10 to 20 people a day is really not a big deal. Sometimes I'll do it when I'm sitting down after dinner, when we're just watching TV. Scroll through. I literally spend like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes on it, on doing that on my lunch break, anything like that. So just constantly adding to your network, because the more people that you're adding, the more exposure you're getting, and the more you're getting yourself out there for people to see you. The next one is sending 15 to 20 invites / connections a day. And I say invite / connections because I've kind of switched how I'm doing things. So I'm really focusing on building that rapport with people and really truly connecting with them, not just seeing them, oh, that could be someone that, would be great in a challenge group and sending the invite right away. I'm really focusing on the constant connections and just building that solid rapport with them. because they want that. They don't, there's so many companies out there and stuff that just shoot those messages and they're sick of it. They don't want us to just be out there selling stuff. And that's not what we do. But sometimes I feel like it could come across that way because they're just constantly being asked about this company and that company and whatnot. The next one is, I constantly send my invites. So I send my invites Monday through Friday. That's what works for my schedule, with my work schedule and my family schedule with our activities and stuff like that. But I make sure Monday through Friday, I am doing that every single day. So 15 to 20 every single day, non-negotiable. If I'm a couple short, I'll make sure to make it up on my lunch break or after dinner, when I have a little bit of time before we go to bed or something like that. But consistency is super, super key. I can't stress that enough, the consistency. And then follow-up. Follow-up is also key. I used to be constant. Like I would see like someone's message pop through or I see a notification and I would be constantly messaging back like right away. And I've kind of realized that I can't be doing that. One, I don't want to be answering them right away because then they're going to think, oh, she's always available 24/7, no matter what. And the minute I don't answer them, right away, they're going to think I'm blowing them off or they're not important or whatever the case may be. The second one too is during the day when I'm at work, I don't want to just quick send somebody a message just to get the notification off or because they messaged me. I want to actually take the time to make sure that I'm in the right mindset. We're kind of go back to what we've already talked about, maybe, circle back to a conversation we had before, make sure what I'm sending is intentional and maybe some questions I'm asking are really intentional. Just making sure I'm in the right mindset and I have, my message makes sense and it's really what I want it to be. I used to just send them messages, right away whenever they would send me something just because I wanted to make sure that they knew I wasn't ignoring them and I just wanted to get the message out there. Well, I stopped doing that. So I actually wait to so any messages I send in the morning, I do my invites first thing in the morning. So when I wake up, that's what I do. So I send them all in the morning. If I have time at night, I'll answer them. Typically, I don't like to though. I'll actually wait until the next morning. So it really just depends on how my schedule is like, what it's like and if I have time and how many messages I have. If I feel like I'm going to be too overwhelmed in the morning to answer them all, then I will answer some the night before just to kind of clear them out a little bit. Okay, so like I said, I send my invites Monday through Friday, but I also do constant follow-ups through the week too. So this was actually something that I learned through a training that kind of tweaked it to make it work for me. But like I said, Monday through Friday, 15 to 20 invites every single day. On Wednesdays though, I go back and I follow up with all my Monday and Tuesday invites. So whether they've responded or not, I am either following up with them if they haven't responded, or I'm following up with a message, if we've had a conversation going back and forth. And then on Friday, I do my Wednesday and Thursday follow-ups. And then Saturday, obviously I do my Friday follow-ups. I like to be pretty consistent with that because the more you're in front of them, the more that you're having a conversation going and the more you're building that rapport and having that connection. I just feel like that's building more when you talk about community and how you're there for them and how you're, going to be right alongside them in their journey. They've already seen that you've proven that to them, that you're consistent and that you are wanting to learn more about them and really want to connect with them. So that's worked really well for me. And this has also worked really well as far as people dropping off. I'm better at tracking people and making sure that I'm not losing anyone in all the messages and all the invites and everything. I do still write down all my invites, pen and paper. So I have a notebook. I write down the date. I write everybody who I invited that day. I still do that. I'm still pretty kind of generic, I guess, with that, but that works for me. Some people use, there's like Streak, or some people might use like an Excel sheet or something. That obviously is up to you, whatever works, for you as far as that goes. But I just think pen and paper is easiest for me and easiest to track. So when I go back to look at my follow-ups, I have them all right there. So that's super simple for me. All right, collections. Does anyone use collections on Instagram or know what they are? Okay, so when you go to, I don't know if you guys will be able to see my phone very well or not. I tried to look for some like screenshots, but they weren't very good. Okay. So when you go to, can you guys see that? Probably not. If you're in Instagram and you go to someone's profile and go to a picture, there's like a little like ribbon almost like in the bottom right hand corner. If you hold that down, there's a box that'll pop up and it'll say save to. And then if you don't have any collections created, you can start one. So what I actually do is I created, I used to do collections by their first name. So if I saw someone that I thought would be great at coaching or great for a challenge group and I wanted to like kind of, make sure I kept an eye on them, I would save them under K if it was for Katie or L for Lauren or whatever, by letter. But I actually was talking to another coach on our retreat and she does it by month. So what she does is anybody she talked to in the month of September and had connections with, she would put them all in this collection for September. So anyone that you talked to went in like this little pod. So when you clicked on the September folder, you had everybody in there that you talked to, which I really like that idea because I'm like, okay, that gives everyone, that is I've been working on and I've been talking to, I've had these great connections with, they're all in one spot. And then she did not even invite or talk about a challenge group or maybe talked about, probably brought it up at some point, but no actual invitation invite was sent for a challenge group or any sort of coaching for the whole month. She did not invite any of those people until October.
Jody, where was it that you added the collection? Sorry, I couldn't find it.
No, that's okay. So when you're on, I wish my phone, you could see it better. There's like this little ribbon underneath anybody's post. So under their picture in the right bottom corner, there's that little ribbon. If you hold it down, it'll say save to. You got it? Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. I don't want to save that one. So I started doing that in September. So then beginning of October, before I even started inviting anybody, that were watching my stories or anything like that, I went back to this whole folder of September people. I think I had like close to 40 in there that I had fresh invites to send, that I had already spent almost a full month, 2 to 3 weeks mainly, but almost a full month connecting with these people, building a relationship. And I had all these invites to go send. And the nice thing about it is it wasn't like a cold, it was almost like your warm market, because you've already talked to these people for so long and you've already made such good connections with these people that it wasn't like, didn't feel awkward. They've seen you, they've been watching your stories, they've seen your posts, so they kind of know what you're about. You know what they're about. Like I said, you've built this awesome relationship with them. So it wasn't awkward at all. So September was my first month doing that. And it's been awesome this month. I've had constant conversations, connections, share carts going. I mean, I've had more success with doing it like that than I have since I've started coaching. So I really like that idea, just because I really truly feel like I wasn't getting that connection with people and, really building that rapport, taking that time. So now for October, any of the new people I'm talking to in October, obviously they go in a folder. If you are talking to somebody though, and they're like, yep, I'm ready to make some changes, like, let's go. Obviously don't wait till the next month to bring up a challenge group or bring up coaching if you think that that's their, that's the avenue they need to go to. Obviously, if it's there, start that. But I'm just saying, it's good to build that rapport first. Okay, referrals, which I don't know why I don't do this. I've been in sales my whole entire life. When I was in car sales, like, this was our number one go-to, ask for referrals, which it seems silly that I don't do it enough now. But anytime anyone says no to me, I should be asking for a referral. We should be asking for a referral, especially if you've built that rapport with that person and they say, no, not right now. It's not a good time. I can't afford it. It's not really, whatever they come up with. Okay, great. I understand that maybe it's not a good time for you. Do you know of any family or friends that may benefit from what I have to offer? I would love to get a chance to chat with them. There's nothing wrong with that. You've already built this relationship with this person. They trust you. They've been talking to you for a long time. So when you go and ask for that, that's just you building your business. And that's, that's okay to ask for a referral, because literally had plenty of times where they say, oh yeah, I didn't even think about my friend Julie. She'd be great. You know, this would be great for her. I actually connected with a lady the other day, and or actually we've been talking for a couple of weeks now, but I was talking to her the other day and she's like, you know, I'm just not good. I'm just not consistent enough. And I don't remember what all she said. And I'm like, okay, you know, fine, no big deal. She's like, or I said, you know, do you have any other friends or maybe family that you think could benefit from this? And she's like, you know what? She's like, I've been trying to help motivate my sister to get in the gym more. She's gained weight. She needs to lose it because of all these health issues. Now I'm talking to the sister. So because I built that rapport with her, she now trusts me to give me to her sister to help her and to talk with her. So another good person to ask too would be current challengers. One, because they already know what you're about. They already know that, you know, this program and these products are awesome. Our accountability group is awesome. And they just don't want to work the business, and that's okay. But they have friends and family that see them doing, you know, workouts, and they see them losing weight and they see them having a healthy lifestyle. Why not ask them if they have any friends or family that you can help as well? Or discount coaches not working the business. Say, hey, I know you're not working the business because that's just not you, and that's totally cool. But do you know of anybody that I could, you know, reach out to that you think could benefit, that would really enjoy this? There's totally nothing wrong with that. And obviously the challengers and the discount coaches, they've already experienced everything. They're just going to promote you even more. So I just think we just really need to hone in on that and just kind of utilize that more, me included, because I don't use that enough. So that's one thing that I'm going to focus on as well. So I'm a fast talker, and I probably went through everything really quickly. But that I try to make it kind of short and sweet, because I'm just, you know, like I said, just trying to stick to just focus on the basics and the fundamentals. Because I feel like that's just really key. You don't have to get, you know, too over the top and too intense with your workouts, with your invites and things like that, and overthink it. It's really a simple process if you just, you know, stick to those couple of things. So I'd be happy to answer any questions if you guys have anything or want me to go back to anything. No, you guys are good. What hashtags are you sharing? So back to Hannah's question, really just, you know, any hashtags that, you know, relate to you. So for me, sports mom, soccer mom, what else do I use? Kayak lover, you know, like just anything that, you know, is you, explains you, you know, anything that's kind of like your niche market and the people that you're trying to attract. So along with searching hashtags, I also search places. So if there's places that you go frequently, like locally, or if you travel and go to certain places that, you know, you really enjoy, you can search places too and see other people that have tied in those places, because more than likely, if they're going to those places, you probably have something in common and can connect with them. And you can start off a conversation, you know, about that place in general. So.
I posted and you had answered earlier, but just kind of like, how do you find sending cold invites to coaching on Instagram? Like, how do you find it working? I'm just so nervous to do it, I think. But I want to be able to, with like the Push to Diamond group and stuff, I'm like holding back of how do I just send out so many coach invites a day?
Well, like I said, I use that message that I posted, but I do kind of tweak it depending. And sometimes I do just send them a voice message, because I feel like that sometimes speaks more volume than just, you know, an actual like text message or, you know, an actual message. And just really telling them, like, and when they hear your excitement and hear it in your voice too, I think that obviously speaks volumes. And just tell them why you wanted to reach out to them and why you're asking them, and just be really, you know, just be real with them and be authentic and say, I think you would just be awesome at this. I saw your page and I just, you know, this is awesome. I wanted to reach out to you. I mean, what the worst thing they're going to say is no. So I just feel like, you know, you just kind of don't even think about how they're going to react. And if you see somebody, and just be real and just, yeah, just approach it and reach out to them. You know, if you feel like it would be more beneficial to make more of a connection with them at first, if that, you know, you think that might help you. you can definitely do that. I think that would help as well. But there's definitely times where I've reached out, and even if they said, no, I'll still try and keep the conversation obviously going too, and maybe dig a little deeper on, maybe they're just nervous, or maybe they're, they think like we did when we first started that, we can't do this type of thing. So.
My other question was, what is your opinion on reaching out to like bloggers, like the ones that have like 13,000 followers already and stuff like that? Does that change your approach, or you just treat them like any other person?
I typically wouldn't reach out to them, but that's just me. Obviously when I see all their followers and, that they have like a blog really established and stuff, like that's their thing, for them to kind of, it's kind of like talking to like an airborne rep that's got 20,000, I just think that that's kind of like their thing, and they're probably not my market. Some of these bloggers, that's just not me. I don't know if Heather, if you have anything or what you think on that one.
I do it case by case basis. I mean, if it's somebody with like 100,000 followers, then no, because they obviously, their business is going just fine. But if it's somebody that has, I don't know, I would probably say 20,000 or less, then if it is somebody that I truly connect with, like if I'm looking through their stuff and I legitimately connect with them on like a personal level, somebody that I truly could be friends with, then yes, I will reach out. And I'll even sometimes preface it with saying something like, I see you already have quite the social media following. That's why I think this would be great for you. You clearly know what you're doing on social media. Would you have any interest in learning a little bit about, how I incorporate my fitness and my health into this? So it's kind of a case by case basis. If it's somebody that is super established, then no, because they're probably not going to want to walk away from that or even add more to their plate.
Real quick though, I did want to add that because I'm kind of a stalker, that the #1 new coach right now is the blogger. The blogger of A Bowl Full of Lemons, and she has 177,000 followers, and she started coaching because a coach reached out to her. So just because I know that, I would not just look at the followers and right away assume that they may not be interested in coaching because she has 177,000 followers. She has a huge blog. It's like a cleaning blog. So you never know, because now she's the #1 new coach this year. So just a little thing.
Thank you. No, that's good. Maybe I shouldn't underestimate the bloggers and ignore them.
Yeah, don't be intimidated by followers. Like if it's somebody that you truly would connect with, and you think would benefit from our community or from, obviously our opportunity, then heck, like what's the worst? They could be like, nope.
Yeah.
Make your bowl full of lemons.
Is that her team name?
I don't even know.
That would be awesome if it was.
That would be a bowl full of lemons.
That's so funny. Okay. Does anyone else have any other questions? No?
Will you be able to share these slides in our team page?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm sure I probably could. I'll figure it out.
That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Alrighty. No more questions? Good to go? All right. Well, thank you so much, Jody, for doing this tonight, putting this together, and of course, it being perfectly organized.
Let's not get carried away.
I love a good slideshow. I don't usually present them, but I love them.
I just knew I would ramble too much, and I'm like, I just need to lay it all out.
I loved it. Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
All right, guys. Well, if you are able to hop on to our call in a half an hour, me and a few other coaches are going to be sharing our stories and just kind of how we have been able to use the struggles, our past struggles, and use that to kind of catapult not only our business, but really our life, and change our lives dramatically by kind of fine-tuning our struggles and turn it into how we work. So if you can do that, we can hop on in half an hour, and you are free to invite anybody to it. So anybody that you think would be interested in hearing just a little bit of motivation, a little bit of inspiration maybe about, their life and get a little bit of fire lit, you can send it to coaches or to your clients or potential clients. So I did invite our challenge group gals, so feel free to invite anybody that you like. And the team call link is posted in our team page, but if you aren't sure what that is, you can reach out to your coach or whoever, and she can give that to you. So we'll be hopping on there in about a half an hour.
Do you want a picture?
Oh yeah, can you do that?
My computer died, so I'm on my phone. I can't. Jody,
Okay.
are you able to?
Yeah. Let me just get, oh, there it is. Hopefully there's no glare.
Oh, buddy, you gotta get in the picture. Oh, here, Amber's here.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
All right, ladies, thank you. Hopefully we'll see some of you guys in a half hour.
Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.